Hey guys, Dr. Shook here. I hope you guys are doing well today. In today's video, what I want to talk about is a common question that I get, and that is, can hypothyroidism or an inability to use my thyroid hormone contribute to estrogen imbalances? And the answer is yes. And let me explain how one of the mechanisms behind this, okay? So with your body, your liver has to metabolize and break down estrogens, okay? All of your sex hormones, okay? So it takes a hormone that is fat soluble and it makes it water soluble so that it can be eliminated through your stool, sweat, and urine, okay? So what happens is if you're hypothyroid, the liver may not biotransform or break down and metabolize your estrogens correctly. And what you can see happening is that there can actually be a buildup of the sex hormones due to liver inefficiency. And you can also have problems where you metabolize some of these estrogens into some very dangerous forms. So one of the forms that we routinely do testing for sex hormone imbalances and steroid hormone imbalances. If you're curious about what I mean, I'm talking about testosterone, estrogen. I'm talking about metabolites of estrogens like 16-hydroxyestrogen, 4-hydroxyestrogen, and 2-hydroxyestrogen. Then we also look at stuff like DHEA balance. We look at cortisol. We look at progesterone metabolites, and we look at this overall steroid hormone production. If you're curious about steroid hormones, I've done a video on that. That's a whiteboard video where I draw it all out and I explain a lot of the ways it can go wrong, how it works, and how it can go wrong. The main thing here, though, is that if your liver's not working properly, you can't break down and metabolize the estrogens. You can also create some of these very dangerous metabolites, like the 16-hydroxyestrogen, for example. If your liver's not converting your estrogen to the desired form, which is 2-hydroxyestrogen, which goes through the liver through a process called methylation and is eliminated, makes, again, the estrogens water soluble in this 2-hydroxy form so you can eliminate it, then what ends up occurring is that you can have a buildup of 16-hydroxy, which has been associated with tissue proliferation and growth. We definitely don't want that stuff, like more of a cystic breasts, a lot of other cyst formation throughout the body. And then the 4-hydroxy metabolite is actually carcinogenic. We know that it can damage the DNA and it can lead to cancers. So it's very, very important that those things are checked. And the only way to check those currently is by doing a urine sample, like checking, doing a urinalysis. It can be evaluated through excretion in the urine. Okay, so that's how we do our sex hormone testing. Is we actually look at these urinary panels versus a serum blood or versus the salivary, which a lot of people are familiar with salivary testing, but there's advantages and disadvantages to all of them. And I think that for a lot of our needs and overall, I like urinary testing much better. There's a time and place for all of them. But anyway, it's an important thing because, yeah, hypothyroidism can cause problems with the liver, cause issues with metabolizing estrogen. Estrogen could build in the body because you're not able to break it down and clear it from the body because the liver's sluggish due to hypothyroidism. And then you can also possibly create some of these more dangerous metabolites like 16-hydroxy associated with cyst formation and then 4-hydroxy associated with cancers. So we want to know if that stuff's happening. So many people are taking hormones as well. They're taking for anti-aging, they're taking, around perimenopause or menopausal because their doctor says, hey, you need to take this to stay youthful. And it's all debatable. It's all debatable. I personally believe that you're much safer off when you work with the body's natural process. So what does the body naturally do when you get to a certain age? Well, the hormones change. We know that. There's this point in life for men and women. Men go through like andropause, women go through menopause, where the production starts to decrease, and that's a normal physiological response. Now the question is, we know that the adrenal glands start to play a much bigger role in women at that point in time. They help with some more of the production of these steroid hormones like estrogens, progesterone, testosterone. And the question is like, do you really need those hormones to be supplemented externally? Or do you just need maybe to optimize your body's chemistry because there's probably a reason that you're not making them as well as you could? I just think that when you start forcing physiology onto the body, especially for a prolonged period of time, because a lot of these people are put on hormones for years and years and years like there's no consequence. There are consequences to those things. You always want to be monitored very, very closely. You want to be monitored for these more dangerous metabolites if you're on any of these hormones, like the 16-hydroxy, the 4-hydroxy estrogens, the things I'm talking about here. So I just wanted to share that with you guys and tell you that, yeah, there's a lot of reasons that you can have sex hormone problems with hypothyroidism. So I hope this has been helpful and not too confusing. If you guys need anything, let us know. If you need help and you're somewhere that you cannot make it to our office and be an in-office patient, then maybe we could work with you through distance consulting from we do that all the time with people around the country and even in other countries. We can communicate via Skype, via phone, or via FaceTime. So we can help a lot of people from a distance, and we have a lot of other programs and things that we've been working on to try to help people as they're trying to get their bodies healthy and optimize their health naturally. So if you guys have any questions, we'll do our very, very best to answer them. Just post your questions below. It's just really it's really hard sometimes to get back to everyone with all the questions that we get, and we want to, but if you get 100 or 200 questions a day and you're practicing, and then it's on the weekend and you come in, it's tough. So we do our best though. So I try to read everybody's that I can to see what's going on, but it's really hard to even keep track of where people are posting stuff. So just want to let you guys know I'm super appreciative for you. If there's anything that we can do, please let us know. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you soon.